Every now and then, people come across things that simply can't be explained. It might be a strange figure standing still in the middle of the road, a voice calling their name when no one's around. Or someone they know suddenly acting like a completely different person. So hang on to watch the creepiest encounters ever caught on camera that shocked the whole world. A homeowner was cleaning his pool at night. Everything seemed normal when suddenly, a creepy, shadowy figure appeared nearby. The man froze for a moment, unable to move. The figure disappeared, but the man didn't seem normal after that. His body started moving strangely, like something had taken control, maybe a demon. His wife rushed outside, trying to check if he was okay, but something felt off, like a different presence had taken over him. She quickly ran to get help, but she didn't know that such curses can't go that easily. Clinic mystery. In Japan, a terrifying scene unfolded at one local clinic. A group of students was preparing to perform a medical experiment on a humanoid robot used for training. At first, everything was routine, but just before they began, the robot let out a sharp scream. Its face twisted, and its body started moving in strange, jerky motions. The students froze. It didn't look like a glitch. It felt like the robot was possessed. No one could explain the unsolved mystery of its strange behavior. After that day, the robot was removed from the lab and never turned on again. Living mannequin. A group of friends from Japan went to explore an old, abandoned building known for being haunted. They were excited, not knowing what they would find. As they walked through the building, they came across a pile of mannequin heads, but one of them did something strange. It opened its eyes. The friends froze, terrified, and then ran out as fast as they could. It felt like something was alive in there watching them. Some things are better left alone, and this creepy moment proved it. Mirror possession. A lady from Brazil was recording her video showing a gift she got. It had a small mirror on it. The moment she showed it in the camera, a pale face appeared in the mirror, as if someone was right there in front of her. But in reality, no one was there. Later, when she checked the video, she got goosebumps. She lived alone. So who was that? It felt like the mirror had something creepy, as if she was under control of some demonic entity that lived inside her, caught in the reflection. Violent possession. A strange incident happened in a house when a mother started behaving very oddly for a long time. Concerned, the family called a priest for help. As the priest tried to speak with her, something terrifying happened. She suddenly became uncontrollable, and an unseen force seemed to take over her body. It was clear she was possessed by an evil spirit. The priest immediately began performing an exorcism. The family watched in fear, hoping she would return to normal. They prayed for her safety, hoping this ordeal would soon be over and she could be freed from whatever had taken control of her. Fortunately, she was freed from the violent possession in the end and lived a happy life afterward. Chapel ghost. A YouTuber went to explore an abandoned building after hearing rumors about it. While walking through the dark halls, he suddenly heard a noise, but the place was empty. It looked like an old chapel with memorials in one room. As he turned around, he saw a nun-like figure peeking from a glass door. Scared, he screamed and rushed outside. But it wasn't over. At the roof, he saw another figure, and from the window, that same nun was staring again. People say a nun once went missing there, and maybe she never truly left, and her spirit still lived in that place.
Come on, show yourself.
spirit attachment. A video from Thailand shocked many when it showed a girl talking and pointing at invisible beings. Her parents were confused, asking who she was talking to. She replied that an old woman, but when they looked around, no one was there. Things took a darker turn when the girl's arm was suddenly pulled by something unseen. The family was terrified, not knowing what to think. Later, they discovered that years ago, a mother had passed away in the house after losing her daughter. It was believed her spirit attached itself to every girl who lived there. The family, now frightened, knew they had to leave that house as soon as possible. Forest ritual. An old video dated November 13, 2003 was found by forest rangers. It showed a hiker deep in the woods coming across strange beings. They didn't look like any animal or person. As soon as they spotted him, they chased him through the woods. He ran as fast as he could, but the footage later showed him tied to a tree. Around him were candles, and those beings were acting weirdly. It looked like some creepy ritual going on. The hiker was never seen again. All left behind was this haunting footage, raising questions no one could answer. Town haunting. In 2025, a historian ventured into an abandoned town, hoping to uncover forgotten artifacts. Everything seemed calm at first, but then something unusual happened. A dark humanoid figure appeared behind a wall, passed in front of him, and disappeared just as quickly. The walls were marked with strange symbols, hinting at something unsettling. Rumors had it that dark forces had been summoned here long ago, and some still roamed the area. As the historian stepped back, he couldn't shake the feeling that something, maybe even that dark figure, was chasing him. His heart raced, and he quickly realized that this was no ordinary town. Whatever haunted these grounds, it wasn't ready to let him leave. Jogger pursuit.
Somebody chasing me down the unexpected.
On November 23, 2024, a jogger was enjoying a peaceful run through a quiet park with a dog. Everything seemed fine at first, but something felt off. As the jogger turned the camera behind, a tall, dark figure appeared, chasing them down the path. Despite the strange presence, the jogger stayed calm and kept running. It wasn't until 3 days later, when checking the footage, that the jogger noticed the figure standing further down the path, watching them. Thankfully, it never followed home, but the eerie sight left the jogger shaken. The next time out for a jog, it might be best to stay alert. You never know who or what might be watching. Shadow follower. Two girls from the Philippines were hiking through the mountains with a group, but they got left behind while taking pictures. As they hurried to catch up, one of them started recording. That's when something strange appeared on the footage. In the background, a shadowy figure seemed to be following them. Just as quickly as it appeared, it disappeared. When they later checked the footage, they were shocked to realize what they had captured. No one else was around, so this dark shape was something they couldn't explain. It looked like a ghost, and it seemed to vanish just as quickly as it appeared. They were lucky to have made it out safely. Watching woman. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. A group of ghost explorers set out to investigate a haunted house, unaware their trip would soon turn into a nightmare. As they ventured through the eerie halls, one of them caught a glimpse of movement from the corner of their eye. It was a shadow just behind a door. A woman, barely visible, was watching them. She didn't move or speak, just stared at them as if waiting for something. Before they could react, she retreated into the darkness and vanished. Locals never spoke of her openly, but everyone knew the old story. It was about a woman who was locked inside the house, accused of witchcraft. Her soul, they said, still lingered, watching from the shadows. The explorers didn't stick around to find out. Invisible attack. A security camera caught a chilling moment inside a house where a sick grandmother was being watched by her little grandson. The boy was calmly watching TV when suddenly something invisible pulled his leg. Terrified, he quickly ran out of the room. Although the ghostly presence wasn't caught on camera, the moment was. The family had noticed strange happenings in the house before, and they believed the same force that terrified the boy was responsible for making their grandmother ill. Maybe it's time for them to have a fresh start somewhere, far from the unseen force. Vengeful spirit. A lady uploaded a video online, and what it showed shocked everyone. She was walking down the road, but something wasn't right. Her behavior was creepy. She had a strange smile and spoke in a different voice. People who watched the video started to believe that another soul had taken over her body, looking for revenge. But what could the revenge be about? Maybe the soul had experienced something tragic in the past and now returned for payback. It's hard to say, but one thing is clear. Whatever took over her isn't normal. Next time you see someone acting strange, you might wonder, is it really them, or is something else in control? Vanishing presence.
뭐야? 어디야?
A South Korean paranormal explorer had the most terrifying encounter of his life when he went to explore an old, abandoned building. As he was about to enter, he saw a dark, mysterious figure through a glass window. When he shouted, the figure slowly slipped away. It was said the building had been built on an old graveyard, and spirits still wandered there. Shockingly, the man never returned from the building. It's believed that the evil spirit took him, never to be seen again. His disappearance remains a scary reminder of what might still lurk in those haunted ruins. Coop haunting. A man was filming his chicken coop when something unexpected happened. As he was recording, he spotted a figure dressed in white, looking like a ghost. Before this, his chickens had gone missing, and he began to connect the dots. The ghost seemed to be the reason behind it. Feeling a wave of fear, the man quickly ran away, realizing the danger. He knew it was time to change the location of the coop, hoping to stay away from whatever was haunting him. Silent control. A girl wasn't feeling well, so her brother suggested she rest. As she slept, they heard something strange. When they went to check, they were shocked. She seemed paralyzed, her body under the control of something unnatural. She couldn't move or speak. Terrified, they quickly locked her in the room, unsure of what to do next. They were thinking of calling for help, hoping she would be safe. As the door clicked shut, they could only wonder who or what had taken control of her.
Amor, que merda, que bagulho feio, velho! Que merda, amor!
Sealed curse.
Ya, kamu siapa?
Izul.
Hah?
Si Izul.
Izul? Izul, kamu dari mana, Izul?
Izul.
Izul, kamu dari mana?
Hah?
Izul, kamu dari mana? Izul, kamu dari mana?
A creepy video went viral, showing a woman being held by her family in a state no one could explain. She was covered in white, her eyes turned completely unnatural, and she wasn't in control of her body. This strange event happened after her family moved into an old house in Indonesia, one that had been locked up for years. It wasn't long before they realized something sinister was going on. A sheikh was called in to negotiate with the jinn possessing her. At first, the jinn refused to leave, but after a tense back and forth, the spirit finally agreed to let go of the woman's body. But whatever it was, the family was just thankful to have their loved one back.
Maka Allah akan mengutuk aku. Maka kamu keluar.
Backward walker. In a hostel building, a boy came across a dark figure walking backward down the gallery. It was strange enough to scare him, so he rushed to his room and locked the door. But what happened next was even worse. As he turned around, the same dark figure was already inside the room, standing right behind the door. The video ended right there. Locals started calling it the backward ghost, and the boy who filmed it, he mysteriously vanished after that night. No one ever saw him again in that hostel. Hill encounter. A tragic incident happened near a rocky hill where a young boy from the town went missing. His parents searched for hours. Then, his mother finally spotted him up on the hill. But what she saw made her freeze. The boy wasn't alone. He was quietly following a dark figure heading down the slope. That same figure had been seen by others too. Locals believed it was a jinn known to possess people and take them away. Without wasting time, the mother threw stones at it with all her strength. The figure vanished into the distance, and she took her son and left the place behind, hoping it would never return. Bedroom possession. A camera set up in a bedroom captured a moment no one was ready for. A mother and her kid were sleeping peacefully until things took a strange turn. The mother suddenly changed. Her eyes looked different, almost glowing, and a bizarre smile appeared on her face. It didn't feel like her anymore. It seemed like something had taken over, something not human. Maybe the house had a dark past, and there was a spirit living there. One thing's for sure, when the family checks the footage, they'll know they need more than just help. A priest might be their only option. Track shifter. In Japan, a group of friends had a night out at a club when something strange caught their attention. A pale-faced woman stared at them from across the room, making them feel uneasy. They tried to ignore her and left for a subway station, but the woman followed them there. To their shock, she suddenly jumped onto the train tracks. Thinking she had been struck by the train, they were horrified. But then, they saw her. She was peeking from the tracks, perfectly safe. The friends were convinced she wasn't a normal woman, but a shapeshifter. Feeling disturbed, they quickly decided to leave the area, unsure of what they'd just witnessed. Pope exorcism. In 2013, a video went viral showing Pope Francis doing something unusual in St. Peter's Square. The video showed the Pope approaching a young man in a wheelchair. After a brief conversation with a priest, Pope Francis became very serious. He placed his hands firmly on the young man's head and began praying intensely. Many people thought this looked like an exorcism, a ritual to remove evil spirits. The Vatican later explained that it was just a prayer for healing, not an official exorcism. The incident sparked worldwide curiosity, with some people believing it was a sign of the Pope's strong spiritual power. Terminal spirit. A driver was about to head home after his last ride at the bus terminal when he spotted a dark figure lurking near the parked buses. At first, he thought it was just a late passenger, but as he looked closer, he realized something was off. The figure didn't move like a person. A scary thought came to his mind. Could it be a ghost? Turns out, he wasn't the only one who had seen it. Other drivers had spoken about it too. When he finally looked into the terminal's history, he found out it was built over an old cemetery. The graves were gone, but the restless spirits still wandered there. Tree guardian. Back in 2017, in the city of Revan, Russia, a strange figure was caught on a roadside security camera. It wasn't a person or an animal. It was tall, thin, and moved in a way that didn't seem real. At one moment, it looked like it was floating toward a tree. People who saw the footage couldn't explain it. Some said it might be a spirit. Others believed it was something from another world. But many agreed on one thing. Whatever it was, it seemed deeply connected to that tree, as if the tree was its home. Vanishing savior. In 2019, in Turkey, a man was standing near the entrance when a mysterious figure walked past and gently tapped his shoulder. The man turned around, and that turn saved him. Just a second later, a boom barrier came down right where he had been standing. If he hadn't moved, it could have been bad. But here's the strange part. The figure who touched him was gone. The footage suggested that it was a guardian angel, appearing just for a moment, only to vanish right after saving him. Shed Watcher. In a village, a family began noticing strange happenings near their shed. Strange noises, shadows, and a feeling of being watched lingered in the air. One day, a camera captured something chilling. Behind the bushes, a shadowy, translucent figure appeared. It had a human form and seemed to walk around as if guarding the area. Local legend says a farmer vanished near the shed many years ago, and his spirit never left the land. Now, it's believed he watches over it from the darkness. Whether it's the farmer's spirit or something else, the eerie presence still haunts the place. What do you think? Giant figure. A local in Tijuana, Mexico, saw a sight that made him stop in his tracks. A dark, giant humanoid figure was making its way down from a mountain. It wasn't any known creature. Many others nearby had seen this figure at the mountain before too. Some believed it might be Bigfoot or an alien being, as mountains are isolated, the perfect hiding spot. Others thought it could be a sign of something bigger, maybe the arrival of beings from above. The mystery of what it was still remains. Black figure. Something terrifying is coming your way, so hold on tight. A group of Arab adventurers went to explore an old house abandoned for decades. Inside, they came across a figure completely dressed in black from head to toe. The figure moved slowly in front of them and vanished into one of the rooms. They were too stunned to follow it. Was it a witch, a djinn, or something else? Perhaps it was guarding something hidden inside the house for years. The adventurers couldn't shake the feeling that something ancient was being protected. Would you dare to uncover what was hidden there? Ghost Child. In 2022, a security camera in Chile captured something that looked like it came straight out of a nightmare. The footage showed a park in front of an apartment complex, where a white figure of a child wandered. The sight was both shocking and heartbreaking, as the child seemed lost, unaware that he no longer belonged to the living world. News quickly spread, and it was revealed that the child had passed away years ago while playing in that very park. Yet, his spirit still roams there, playing as if nothing had changed. Some believe that some souls never truly leave, and this spirit is proof that the past can sometimes linger in the present. Super strength. A local was filming when something bizarre happened. A young man appeared on the road, doing something no one could believe. He effortlessly lifted a truck, even though his body looked thin and weak. The truck, when empty, weighed between 10 to 15 tons, but he lifted it like it was nothing. The video quickly went viral, sparking a lot of speculation. Some think he has supernatural strength, while others wonder if he could be a reptilian creature disguised as a human. No matter what people believe, one thing is clear. It was a moment that was beyond any explanation. Hospital possession. In 2015, something strange happened in Rio de Janeiro. A man was taken to Souza Aguiar Hospital, acting very odd. His hands were bent in a weird way, and he was moving violently. The doctors couldn't calm him down. People started to think he might be possessed. It seemed like something beyond the normal was happening. The doctors quickly realized they might need a priest or an exorcist to help. It was a scary and confusing moment for everyone there. What was really going on with this man? Hidden gaze. A woman was resting alone at home when she noticed something strange out of the corner of her eye. Curious, she started recording. Through the window, she saw a figure, but when she checked behind the blinds, no one was there. However, when she stepped back, the figure appeared again. The strange part? She had been looking at photos of her father, who had recently passed away, when this happened. What really spooked her was when she saw another hand. It was an older man's hand that appeared as a reflection of the window, but she was alone. Was it her father's spirit trying to reach out, or something else? Let me know in the comments below. Still figure. A group of friends decided to take an adventure at night, wandering near the outskirts of a cemetery. Suddenly, one of them noticed a woman standing completely still, not moving an inch. At first, they thought it was nothing, but the longer they stared, the more eerie it became. It was as if she was frozen in time. Some say she's the ghost of a bride who passed away near that cemetery, and her spirit still roams there to this day. After that night, the friends quickly changed their route and vowed never to return. Distant shape. In Brazil, a mountaineer was enjoying the stunning views when something caught his eye. He saw a tall, dark figure moving slowly across the mountain, unlike anything he had ever seen before. It could have been Bigfoot or an ancient creature hidden in the mountains for ages. The nearby villagers quickly reported it to the authorities, but by the time they arrived, the figure had vanished without a trace. The mountaineer couldn't shake the feeling that the mysterious figure might still be out there, waiting to be seen again. Fading steps. In 2018, a security camera outside a hospital in Brazil captured a moment that felt straight out of a sci-fi movie. A white figure, shaped like a man, walked calmly through the parking lot. But here's the strange part. Step by step, the figure began to fade. Within seconds, it vanished into the air. The way it walked, the posture, everything looked real. Many believed it was an invisible man, someone with powers, caught only because of that camera angle. Maybe he never wanted to be seen, but that night he slipped. Lost head. In 2022, a villager was walking back home when something strange came out from the bushes. It was pale and tall, but what shook him most was that it looked headless. The man froze for a second, then ran without looking back. In many old stories, people speak of a headless spirit, one that roams after losing its life unfairly, searching for what it lost. Some say these beings can't rest until they find their missing head. That night, the villager was lucky, but maybe the spirit is still searching, and the next person might not be so fast. Locked dweller.
¡Venga tu madre!
Locals had been hearing odd sounds from an old house for weeks. One day, they finally went in to check. Inside, they saw a figure dressed in black with messy hair, barely moving. It looked like a woman, or maybe a witch. The walls were marked with strange symbols, the kind seen in dark rituals. That's when they knew something was off. Black magic was being done there. They didn't wait around. They locked the house from outside and left quickly. Whatever was inside, it was better kept locked in, and they made sure it stayed that way.
Una persona. Realmente por eso estamos aquí, porque pensamos que era una persona.
Field lurker. A biker was testing his new bike on a quiet, rural path. He had set his camera to record the ride. While everything felt calm, the footage later showed something strange. A tall, dark figure walking slowly in the fields. Its long arms and thin shape looked just like the slender man people talk about. The biker had no idea it was there at the time, but once he sees that recording, he might never take that same road again. Water rift. In 2023, visitors at a waterfall in Rio de Janeiro noticed something strange. A dark, humanoid figure slowly appeared from the water. Some thought the figure wasn't from this dimension at all, and that the water might be a portal for such beings. The video left people shocked, because that wasn't just water flowing. It could have been hiding a whole other world beneath. Tree watcher. A hunter was deep in the woods, hiding behind the bushes, hoping to catch sight of a wild animal. But what he saw wasn't anything he expected. Near a tall old tree, there stood a strange figure. It didn't look like any animal. It seemed connected to the tree, almost like a spirit guarding it. The hunter stayed still, not daring to move. Only when the figure faded away, he slowly backed off. That day, he learned something new. Deep in the forest, it's not just animals you should watch out for. Time glitch.
Guys, I'm in 1998. As you can tell behind me, I'm at Pizza Hut in 1998. I'm gonna show you what Pizza Hut looks like.
A video recently uploaded online became the talk of the town. It showed a man recording a Pizza Hut that didn't seem normal. The food, the staff, even the games, all looked like they were from 1998. People watching noticed how everything inside matched that exact era. Later in the clip, the man was seen entering back into real time from the air, as if stepping out of an invisible portal. Some believe it was time travel. Others say it was a hidden place stuck in time. A few even think it was a glitch in reality. Now experts are searching for that man, because if what he found was real, then maybe that place is still out there, hidden from the world.
The salad bar at Pizza Hut, we haven't seen this since like 2000. Guys, look at these lamps. I mean, I'm literally here, guys.
Ritual confrontation. A priest shared a video showing an intense moment with a woman. She wasn't behaving like herself. Her face changed, her body stiffened, and her voice turned strange. The people around her knew right away. It was something not human and believed to be possessed. She began speaking in a different tone, shaking with unnatural force. The priest, along with others, stayed calm and started the ritual. As the demon spoke through her, it revealed things that sent chills, but the priest didn't back down. His focus stayed firm. He was determined to send the demon away, and it looked like he just might. Shadow Guardian. Night seemed peaceful, but it holds secrets for those who awaits. As a person appeared on street seemed to be a thief, was going on, when suddenly a local spotted him and grabbed him to ground. As he was doing this suddenly, a figure appeared from the thief and saved him, made the local run away too. It was clearly demon inside him that saved him at the moment of tense. But the question is, was that person aware of that or not? Or was he being used all along without even knowing? Let us move on to our subscriber pick of the day. In the woods, a boy got separated from his family as he spotted a rupee note there, not knowing it was a trap. As he took it up, he saw a bizarre being dressed, peeking behind the tree and calling him. It looked human-like, but its face seemed robotic. That's what people later linked to the uncanny valley, a being that looks almost real, but just wrong enough to cause discomfort. Some believe these figures don't just appear randomly. They wait. They set the trap. And many who crossed paths with them were never seen again. Whatever that thing was, it wasn't just pretending to be human. It was collecting them.